Welcome to my Fall Decorate With Me marathon. If you love cozy fall home decorating, warm autumn vibes, and endless inspiration, you are in the right place. I've put together all of my fall decorating videos from this season into one uninterrupted marathon so you can sit back, relax, and get inspired for your own home. Be sure to stick around until the very end because I'll be sharing my full home tour along with some of the changes I've made since I first decorated. You won't want to miss it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia, and at home with Sonia, I share seasonal decorating ideas to help you create a warm and inviting home you love. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future decorating videos. And if you enjoyed this marathon, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and lets me know you love this kind of content. Now grab a cozy drink, light a fall candle, and let's decorate together. Just like on the inside of my home, I'm starting outside with a clean slate. I've removed everything from the porch except for the pieces that stay here all year round. I also gave a porch a good sweeping as well as wiped down any cobwebs or any dirt that was there from the summer. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not thrilled with my planters. I gave them a little makeover because they were looking pretty rough a while ago, but I'm still not loving how they turned out. Maybe I'll end up spray painting them before Christmas, but we will see. For now, though, here's how the porch looks with no decor at all. I stopped at Costco and picked up some mums. The plain ones were $18.99 and the ones with the ornamental grass in the middle were $34.99. They weren't overly pricey compared to the other places, though I do feel like you pay a bit more for that grass in the center. I still wanted something different this year, so I went with those. I started by adding the mums to my planters. I had a stone in there for my ferns, so I removed it to make room to accommodate the height. I went with burnt orange and burgundy, two of my favorite fall colors.
Summer is ended, the leaves are turning brown. Red and yellow.
My planters are filled with dirt because it can get super windy on this porch, and that helps keep them weighted down. I repeated the same setup on the other side.
They'll be falling down. Now, I'm not
And love how it instantly brought some fall color in.
ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn.
For the ornamental grass mum, I use my vintage wash basin. I've had this piece for years. It was given to me by a friend who was getting rid of it. I place the mum inside and I love how it looks styled this way.
Autumn comes too soon.
Next, I am adding my wheat wreaths. I picked these up at Home Sense about 3 years ago, and they're still one of my favorites for fall.
Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers.
On the ground, I had thought about buying a new rug, and maybe I still will, but for now I'm reusing the one I got from Hobby Lobby a few years back. And layered on top is my DIY Hello Pumpkin doormat, which ties it all together perfectly.
Blow out with the side.
Then I brought back my leather back rocking chair, which usually stays out here.
All that blossomed will wither away.
To cozy it up, I draped a soft brown and creamy blanket over it and added one of my favorite pillows. I picked this pillow up at Michael's years ago, and even though I don't use trucks in my decor as much anymore, I love how this one looks on the porch. It adds a touch of charm. Now for the pumpkins. I pulled out my stop pumpkins, which bought at my grocery store years ago. On the other side of the porch, I wanted to share a quick DIY. I've been loving these Dollarama pumpkins. They're only $5 and I adore their shape and they're pretty big. The only thing I don't love is the bright orange color, which doesn't quite fit my style. To fix it up, I painted them with Dixie Belle Terra clay paint in color marigold. Just two coats completely transformed the pumpkin. You can definitely use these pumpkins as they are, but painting them gives them a high-end look for so much less than what you'd pay at HomeSense, Pottery Barn, or other stores. I painted them in different colors and styles over the years, and if you want more pumpkin makeover ideas, check out my DIY channel. This year I added one in a beautiful blue-green tone along with painted one from last year. I placed them beside Mum's in by the wash basin, and I just love how the colors mix together.
Not now, I'm not ready.
For something new, I styled a lantern with eucalyptus stem inside of it. These are from Dollarama in deep burgundy tone that leans more brown than red, and they're gorgeous. They added so much texture, and I think they look amazing with some twinkling lights inside for a soft evening glow.
Not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn.
On the other side of the porch, I kept it simple with thrifted basket I picked up at a yard sale. I filled it with some large pumpkins from my stash, and I'll probably adjust it as the season goes depending on how they hold up in the wind. To finish things off, I added a few lanterns with candles to create a warm, cozy glow in the evenings.
Autumn comes too soon.
Now I need your help. I'm undecided about the pillows on my chairs. Here's how it looks without them, and here is how it looks with them. What do you think? Should I keep these ones, switch to orange or larger lumber pillows, or just leave it plain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love your input. And here's a little tour of how the porch looks all decked out. I really love how simple it is, not overcrowded, but still festive and cozy. Plus, it's easy to transition into Halloween decor later by swapping out a few pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns. So that's my cozy fall front porch for this year. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and decorating my fall front porch. I hope this gave you some cozy and affordable porch decorating ideas you can use in your home. Don't forget to subscribe to At Home with Sonia and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss my upcoming Halloween and holiday decorating videos. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think about those pillows. I'll see you soon in the next one.
The light that flickers will blow out with a sigh, and all that blossomed will wither away and die. Not now, I'm not ready. Not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.
We're starting with a clean slate as usual, keeping just a few staple pieces that stay here most of the year, like the console table, mirror, carpet, and the tree. The first thing I'm swapping out is the picture on the wall. I really tried to find a fall print for this space, but I haven't come across one yet. So for now, I'm bringing back one of my DIY signs that I made a few years ago. It doesn't perfectly match my current decor style, but it works until I find something that feels just right. Next, I'm moving on to the console table and I'm bringing back my lamp, rising it up a slightly for some added height with some thrifted books. I love how this looks, so it's become a little signature styling trick for me of mine that was suggested by one of you. On the other side of the console table, I'm adding one of my DIY vases from my DIY channel and filling it with these beautiful plum leaves I found on Temu. They are a great floral dupe, but if you're looking for something more budget friendly, these are great, and I'll link both options in the description box so you can choose. I used 5 stems here. And the trick to making fall flowers look natural, it really is in the fluffing and bending, playing around the shape until it feels organic. Now, going back to the lamp and beside it, I'm layering in another Temu find, a DIY frame holding a landscape style print. The print is from Temu. I've really been loving using art prints in my decor, especially landscapes. I'd still love to find a vintage frame for this one, but until then, this works beautifully. Now for one of my favorite additions, my brand new DIY pumpkins. These are Pottery Barn dupes inspired by their resin faux wood pumpkins. I made 3 of them and I'll be sharing the DIY tutorial on my DIY channel this week, so make sure to check that out. The link to my DIY channel is in the description box. To balance out the table, I brought in a thrifted seagrass basket and originally tried styling it with a few small pumpkins I picked up at Dollarama for $3. These are suede and I love the colors on them. The little stems could be painted brown. They are silver. I'm not sure why, but I have never seen these before. So I thought it would be fun to add them into my decor, and for $3, it was a great find. So here is how this setup looks, and to be quite honest with you, it wasn't really working for me. Something was throwing me off. I'm not quite sure what it was. Maybe it was because of the variety of colors in those pumpkins, or I'm not sure. So I took it away, looked at it without anything, but then decided I swapped them out for my Yankee Candle pumpkin wax warmer. I've had this piece for years, and it's perfect for my home daycare because I can't use open flames. I love that it's on a timer and works just like diffusers. It keeps the house smelling cozy and fresh all day. I have been using soy-based melting waxes from Amazon lately, and I'll link my favorites in the description box for you. So let me know, do you think I should go with a basket of pumpkins, leave it plain, or with the wax warmer? I obviously went with the wax warmer, but let me know what you guys think. At the bottom, to hide the cords and make things feel cozier, I added a basket with one of my favorite knit blankets from Dollarama, along with the Sherpa pumpkin pillow I found on Temu. That little trick of layering helps cover cords and adds so much warmth to the space. Although I still had to play around with the cords because the hanging one from the wax warmer was driving me a bit bonkers. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of my fall Decorate With Me series. On the other side of the console table, I placed another one of my DIY pumpkins and finished the look with a vase filled with stems I picked up from Dollar Tree a few years back. And just like that, my fall entryway is complete. I absolutely love how it turned out. It feels warm, cozy, and so inviting. That's it for today's Fall Entryway Decorate With Me 2025. I hope you got some cozy fall entryway decorating ideas and inspiration for your own home. Let me know in the comments what you would do with the space with the print, with the art on the wall. Would you keep the DIY sign, add a new art print, or maybe something completely different? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of my Fall Decorate With Me series. I'll be decorating more rooms throughout the season and sharing cozy shop with me videos along the way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, I'm starting with a clean slate. I removed everything from the furniture and fireplace to give me a fresh canvas to work on. Starting at the fireplace, I always seems to gravitate towards my large vase. This time I am filling it with some new stems I picked up from Dollarama for only $3.50 each. They're oak leaf stems in variety of colors and shades to mimic the neutral leaf changes in the fall. They're so beautiful and honestly such a great high-end dupe for the very popular oak stems you see everywhere. Next to it, I'm placing this woven pumpkin that I thrifted. I did have to spray paint it because I didn't love the original color, but it was such a beautiful piece that I couldn't pass it up. Beside that, I am adding another pumpkin I picked up at Michael's few years back. To the opposite side, I wanted to balance the height of the vase with stems, so I'm bringing in my big wooden lantern. Not only does it give me that balance, but it also brings in a natural element to the side of the fireplace. I found this at home since a few years ago and still love it. Next to the lantern, I'm adding my wavy vase, one of my recent DIYs, and I'm filling it with these mum-like stems from Temu. To complete the side, I'm adding a vintage tapered candle holder that I thrifted. Moving over to the side table, I'm styling one of my recent dupe vases with some stems. and then I'm pairing it with two tall candle holders. I also added a family photo and this beautiful leaf I DIY'd last year. I actually switched out the stems here for some leafy stem that also came from Temu, and I love how it looks. On the coffee table, I'm starting with a large pumpkin, kind of a squash shape, and beside it, I'm adding one of my th- thrifted trays. To that tray, I'm stacking a book for a little height, and then on top of it, I'm placing this beautiful amber glass pumpkin candle I found at HomeSense. I just love the look of this. It feels so high end and is such a close dupe to the ones from Pottery Barn. Beside it, I'm adding these candlewick trimmers from Temu and some coasters that I DIY'd. To finish off the table, I'm placing one of my DIY vases with some more stems from Temu. I absolutely love how this coffee table turned out. It feels neutral, moody, and so cozy. If you're enjoying this cozy fall decorating, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming fall and holiday decorating ideas. Over on the couch, I added my waffle blanket that I picked up again from Temu last year. I love the texture and the fringed bottom. It's so soft and perfect for fall. For pillows, I started with the one that came with the couch and then layered it in two pillow covers I also found on Temu. On the other side, repeated the same pillows for balance and added a lumber style pillow in the middle. The couch is from Ashley Furniture that I bought many years ago, and honestly, I think it's coming back in style. To finish off the room, I placed this dark green pumpkin on the side table, and I think it was the perfect final touch. I absolutely love how this living room came together. It feels warm, cozy, and so inviting. Exactly what I wanted for the fall season. The mix of textures, earth tones, and layered decor really creates that perfect autumn atmosphere. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed decorating together, please make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with a friend who loves cozy fall decorating ideas. I can't wait to see you back here for even more seasonal inspiration. Until next time, take care and happy decorating. I'm starting off with a clean slate. I've taken everything down except for the pieces I keep out year round. Whenever I switch up seasonal decor, I also like to give everything a good dusting because let's be honest, with so many layers of decor, I don't always get a chance to give these surfaces a deep clean. This way, everything feels fresh for the new season. Let's start with the hutch. On top, I'm bringing back this painting I've had for several seasons. While it doesn't scream fall, it's a beautiful field of wheat, and I think it's perfect for the season. To be honest, I wasn't in love with the green frame at first, but it's really grown on me, so I'm leaving it for now. To tie in the wheat theme, I tucked some wheat stems into one of my DIY vases. If you're new, many of my vases you'll see today are actually DIYs from my other channel, DIYs with Tanya. Next to that tall vase, I balanced the look with a shorter, wider vase, and on the opposite side, I added this fun pumpkin. I'm not quite sure what material it's made of, but it almost looks like it's crafted from wheat, which ties everything together. And this completes the top of my hutch, honestly one of the hardest areas for me to decorate. On the next shelf, I'm bringing in some of my fine china. If you've been with me for a while, you know this set was a wedding gift from my husband's grandma. It's white with platinum rim and so special to me. To this shelf, I added my DIY Pottery Barn dupe pumpkins, and then in the center, I placed these fall flowers I picked up from Temu last year in a painted jug vase. On the other side, I added another plate to mirror the china and tucked in my DIY paper mache apples, another recent project from my DIY channel. They're actually not paper mache, they're just made to look like. On the lower shelf or middle shelf, I layered in smaller china plates and added a set of salt and pepper shakers. In the middle, I brought in a turkey. Since I'm in Canada, our Thanksgiving falls in October, so I always like to sneak a few turkey touches into my fall decorating. Next to it, I added a pumpkin canister that reminds me of a soup tureen, even though it isn't. Since the shelves aren't too deep, it gives the look of a styled seasonal dishware piece. On the other end, I placed a saucer with a teacups to balance the arrangement. Finally, on the bottom shelf, I wanted to bring in a little more color. I added these bright orange cosmos, also from Timu, in a vase. In the middle, I placed one of my DIY fall prints inside a gold frame, and I also added a dough bowl candle holder. On the opposite side, I added a small tea set. I wasn't sure about the cosmos at first, but I think they bring in just the right pop of fall color. I may end up swapping the turkey and pumpkin if the colors feel too close together, but for now I'm happy with the balance. If you're enjoying this cozy fall decorating with me so far, I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. And let me know in the comments how you like to style your dining room for fall. Do you lean more vintage, cozy, or minimal? And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I would love for you to become a part of my YouTube family. Now let's move over to my tea card. To bring in some textures, I used this woven vase, another DIY project, and filled it with magnolia leaves I found at Dollarama. They were such a great find at only $3. I'm not sure it was $3.25 or $3.75 each. And I had to hunt around a few stores to collect enough for this look as well as a DIY project. The colors are burnt red, greenish orange, and just scream fall to me. Next to the vase, I added a ceramic pumpkin from Michaels, and then a Bath and Body Works candle in the scent leaves. It was a gift, and I absolutely love the amber glass. And this completes the top of the tea card. On the bottom shelf, I styled a seagrass bowl with assorted velvet pumpkins from Dollarama. I had tried them in my foyer, but they didn't quite work there, and here I think they're perfect. To finish it off, I added a burlap pumpkin to pull in the orange tones from my hutch, and that completes the tea card. Now for the dining table. Since we use this table every night for dinner, I like to keep it practical and not overcrowded. I started with a pumpkin runner I picked up at HomeSense a few years ago. This runner could probably use a good dose of ironing. On top, I layered a scalloped wood tray I thrifted, along with a smaller thrifted vase filled with soft toned florals. I originally used these flowers in my summer decor, but their muted tones work beautifully here too. I also added two vintage style pumpkins that I thrifted. They were originally part of the wreath, but I took them apart because I love the pumpkins on their own. It gives the table a cozy, vintage inspired touch without being too heavy, since we often move things when setting up for meals. I may swap out the flowers later, but for now I'm happy with how it feels. And that, my friends, completes my fall dining room decorate with me for 2025. I love the mixture of cozy fall touches with some vintage inspired pieces. It feels warm, welcoming, and perfect for the season. And of course, Duke wanted to join in too for the final look. I'd love to hear what you think of my fall dining room. Do you like the pops of color or would you go more neutral? Don't forget to subscribe for more cozy and elegant fall decorating ideas. And thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. As usual, I like to start with a clean slate. I removed all decor I don't want to use for this season. But before we dive into decorating, I want to quickly show you a few new pieces I've picked up that I'll be using in today's Decorate With Me and in future fall decorating videos. I stopped by HomeSense and Dollarama and I did pick up a few more items than usual. Let's start with Dollarama. I had been eyeing similar kitchen towels at HomeSense, but they were so much more expensive. When I found these at Dollarama for a fraction of the price, I grabbed them. I love farmhouse style kitchen towels that you actually absorb well, and these are great. I picked up a neutral base color and one in a gingham check pattern. At HomeSense, I couldn't resist the scalloped pot. I love the soft color and detailing, and the best part, it was only $12 on clearance. I also found the cutest ghost for $20. He lights up, and I can't wait to include him in my Halloween decor. Another beautiful piece I picked up is this recycled glass vase. It was only $7.99 and has such a pretty shape. Then I also came across this pumpkin-shaped charcuterie board. It will be perfect for entertaining, but also double as a decor since it looks just like a vintage pumpkin cutting board. That one was $20. And of course, I couldn't pass up fall staple pumpkin spice latte syrup. Along with these finds, I also finished up a few DIYs. I refreshed some pears I bought at Dollarama and gave them a new life, and I can't wait to style them in my decor. You can see more of these DIYs on my DIY channel. I also spruced up some magnolia leaves, the same ones I used in my dining room. If you missed that video, it will be linked in the eye in the sky. I drew inspiration from similar leaves I've seen at a floral and a whole bunch of other stores this season. And finally, I worked on a Pottery Barn inspired pumpkin dupe. I had shared this pumpkin in a previous haul, but I gave it a makeover to better fit my fall style. So just a small haul, but I wanted to share those pieces before we jump in. So let's start decorating. I'm beginning with the coffee table, and I'm using a scallop tray I picked up a few months ago from HomeSense. It was such an affordable find. To it, I added one of my DIY pumpkin candles. This was originally a thrifted pumpkin jar that I turned into a candle several years ago. Next, I brought in an amber glass vase that I just shared in my haul. And at first, I wasn't sure what to fill it with, so I set it aside for a moment. And then I added my marble coasters to the tray. These were thrifted as well. And then placed one of my Pottery Barn inspired pumpkins in the center. On the opposite side, I stacked few thrifted books for height and topped them with a vase filled with florals from Dollar Tree that I picked up last year. I also styled a vintage candle snuffer and a little hedgehog figure for a cozy touch. And now returning to the amber vase, I decided wheat stems work perfectly there. Since the coffee table sits right in front of the TV, I kept everything low so it wouldn't block the screen, but still felt warm and inviting. And for the TV, I'm using vintage YouTube art since we don't have a frame TV. Moving on to the corner, this area is a new addition. I'll be sharing the makeover of this thrifted table on my DIY channel soon. I found it on my Facebook Marketplace for only $20. I had been searching for something larger to fit between the couches, and this one was the perfect size. It was in a rough shape, but after sanding and staining, it turned out beautifully. To style it, I layered a thrifted book, my scallop pot filled with florals from Temu, and a woven box I also found on Temu. I added one of my DIY leaf trays, a Dollar Tree makeover I shared a short on my DIY channel, and placed a velvet pumpkin on top for a pop of color. And I also added a candle to the back that I did not share. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you became part of my YouTube channel and this creative community by hitting that subscribe button. To make the space extra cozy, I draped a tasseled blanket from Temu over the couch and layered in pillows I've had for a while. They transition well through any season. I repeated the pillow styling on the other couch, and I added a thankful pillow to the chair for a nod to Thanksgiving, which we celebrate next month here in Canada. And that completes my fall living room decorate with me. Even though there aren't a ton of areas to decorate in here, I love how cozy and inviting the space feels with just a few thoughtful touches. Thanks so much for joining me for this cozy fall living room decorate with me and mini fall haul. I hope you found some fall decorating ideas and inspiration for your own home. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future fall and holiday decorating videos. I love to hear in the comments which piece was your favorite from today's haul or styling. Until next time, happy decorating, and I'll see you in the next one. Starting with a clean slate as usual, I took everything away from the kitchen that is not being used for the fall season and left only the items I use regularly. I'm starting at the island. I brought my in on my wooden tray, which I usually style in this area, as well as this jug vase. These two pieces just work really well on my island. The wood brings softness and warmth into the kitchen. I'm adding some of my magnolia stems that I had actually made over to look more like the high-end dupe. These came from Dollarama and I gave them new life. That makeover video is on my DIY YouTube channel if you want to see how I transformed them. Beside that, I'm adding a thrifted pumpkin glass canister that I thrifted for $7.99. I am also adding some paper mache pumpkins to that, and I absolutely love these. They originally came from HomeSense, but I actually found them at a thrift store, and I think they bring just the right amount of color to the area. Next, I'm styling my DIY pears. I placed them on a kitchen towel I picked up at Dollarama. Layering them on the towel creates softness and gives the island that cozy fall feeling. And if you're looking for more island styling ideas, I'll link a video in the corner where I share 5 or 6 different ways to style an island. I'll also link a few other videos, different coffee corner styling ideas, as well as kitchen vignettes that I had made in the description box and in the corner. Something new I did this year on the island is add my large wooden bowl candle. This was another DIY project. Many of my decor pieces are DIYs, and breaks up all the white in my kitchen. My counters and cabinets are white, so bringing in a bit of wood and color softens everything up. Moving on to my coffee station, I added a light here because I felt like it was missing. It serves both as a light and as a candle warmer, which I love, especially because it's on a timer. I can turn it on and enjoy the scent without worrying about forgetting to blow out the candle. Then I added a wooden riser and I placed one of those Dollar Tree pumpkin canister without the lid and added my coffee spoons to it. To bring a playful touch, I added some squirrel salt and pepper shakers. In the corner, I placed a small thrifted vase I found for $2.99. I love the color and look of it, and then I popped a few flowers in it. I'm not quite sure where the flowers originally came from. I've had them for a few years. At first, I thought I was going to add this Mickey Mouse Halloween pumpkin mug here. I picked that up on our trip to Aulani. They put out their fall decor the last day we were there. But later, I changed my mind and swapped it for a deep green mug that ties in better with the other green accents. On the upper shelf, I started by adding some of my crate and barrel pumpkins, and I placed my coffee canister with coffee along with pumpkin spice seasoning and coffee syrup. I wasn't loving the way this corner was turning out. Decorating is a process, and sometimes you redo things, so I removed the pumpkin spice and the syrup and replaced them with a DIY print. I didn't want to hide the process because it's a part of decorating. Try, tweak, change. And on top, I originally was going to add a black vase with leaf stems from Dollarama on that upper shelf and a paper mache bowl with DIY pumpkin on the opposite side. But I didn't love that arrangement, so I removed the vase and the coffee canister and started switching things around. I moved the paper mache bowl with the DIY pumpkin, and then I shifted the crate and barrel pumpkins to the other side and brought in my woven vase from Timu, topping it with daisy style flowers from Dollarama. And I like this much better. On the middle shelf, I added a turkey candle holder I purchased at Michael's many years ago. And to bring the warmth to the space, I'm going to add a candle to it. I will probably be swapping the real candle for a battery operated one because I don't want to worry about leaving it lit. And on the bottom, I removed the cute little vase and added that coffee canister here instead. The syrup and pumpkin spice are now tucked in a drawer underneath. For the mug, I swapped it to that deep green mug I mentioned earlier, and I think it goes much better with the overall look. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know what type of videos you like to watch. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I would love to have you part of my decorating creative community here on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Now onto the kitchen counters on either side of the stove. I'm bringing in a Pottery Barn charcuterie board I found at a yard sale. I also borrowed a print from my front foyer to help cover the outlets. You might have seen it there. I added my ice bucket. I didn't realize it was an ice bucket until someone told me I had been using it purely as decor. It was a clear glass, but I spray painted it to look like a vintage pot. On camera, it almost looks gold, but it's absolutely not gold. I was missing my diffuser in this corner, so I brought it back. I love turning on my diffuser in the mornings and after cooking dinner. It clears the air and makes the kitchen smell so nice. In the canister or a jar, I added some of my wooden utensils and some whisks. And then I brought in a green pumpkin to tie in with the green mug at the coffee station. I think this completes the look. I want my kitchen to be stylish, but it must be functional. Lots of meals are cooked here every day, so I can't clutter with too much decor. I also like to use decors that serves a purpose, cutting boards, trays, canisters that hold utensils. On the other side, the decor is a mix of functional pieces and purely decorative accents. I am adding some of my wooden cutting boards here just to cover some of the outlets. Some are functional, like I said, and some are purely decorative. And one new piece I picked up this year is a charcuterie board from HomeSense for $19.99. If you turn it around, it looks like a cutting board, so it's decorative and useful. I feel like the pumpkin and the cutting boards together complete the pumpkin cutting board vignette and really bring in that cozy fall feeling. Now to it, I am adding a gold tray, a small DIY jug vase, and tucked those turkey salt and pepper shakers I picked up at Dollarama a few years back. I added some florals. Again, I'm not actually sure where these flowers originally came from. I've had them for years. Now, beside the stove, I am adding my vintage looking salt and pepper shakers. Mills, not shakers, and a little wooden tray to hold spatulas and spoons while I'm cooking. In the other corner, I placed a thrifted wooden bowl and filled it with dark green apples I had in my stash. And that completes this side of the stove. Beside my pantry, I have a little shelf I redid a few months back, and I've been loving styling it for the seasons. For fall, I brought in a fun textured pumpkins. I'm actually not sure what it's made of, but I love how it looks. I added a gingham check kitchen towel I picked up at Dollarama and a Timu basket that I filled with onions. Usually have onions and garlics here, but I am out of garlic at the moment. I also added that cute little thrifted vase again, this time filled with wheat stems. And I popped the DIY print here too. I use that print in the summer and I love that it works for both seasons. And that completes this little nook beside my pantry, and the whole kitchen decorated with me as well. I'd love to know which corner is your favorite, and please tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for decorating with me today. I hope this gave you lots of cozy, functional fall kitchen ideas you can try. I'd love if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more home decorating inspiration, and leave me a comment with your favorite part of the kitchen. I'll link the DIY with videos, island styling videos, and other related content in a corner and down in the description. See you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. So here is a look at my bedroom before adding any fall decor. I didn't go out and buy anything new for this space. I really wanted to challenge myself to use decor I already had on hand and give my primary bedroom a cozy fall refresh on a budget. The duvet cover and pillowcases are from Temu. I picked them up last year and I absolutely love them. They're lightweight but super warm, which is perfect for our cold Canadian winters. Now, my bedroom does need a major makeover eventually. I'd love to redo the furniture, update the floors, paint the walls, and figure out new window coverings and even a better plan for the fireplace. But for now, I don't have the time or budget for a big overhaul. Instead, I'm focusing on making it feel cozy and inviting for the fall season. I started over on the tall dresser. I added this wreath I made last year, which was a crate and barrel dupe I shared on my DIY channel. I just love the warm autumn colors, and they really pop against the blue-gray walls. Beside it, I placed two vases filled with pampas grass from a local shop called Dublin Mercantile.
Summer is ending.
On the other side, I sell some candle holders with simple candles. I don't usually burn candles in the bedroom. I prefer using my diffuser, but I love the cozy look they give. For the middle, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, so I will come back to it in a minute.
The leaves are turning brown. Red and yellow. Soon they'll.
Moving to the big dresser, I layered in a couple of DIY art pieces. I made one earlier this year and one few years back.
Falling down.
To bring in some warmth, I borrowed a vase and stems from my living room as I DIY'd a new vase for that space as well as some new stems. I love how the oak leaves play off the color of the wall. The oak leaves came from Dollarama in case if you did not see my living room decorate with me video.
Now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn.
On the other side, I added a pumpkin, a lantern,
Autumn comes too soon.
and then to complete the look, I added an acorn candle holder that I DIY'd this year.
Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow away the side.
For the nightstands, I kept things simple, especially on my husband's side, since he doesn't like clutter. I styled each with a vase of fall stems, same style of vase, but in different colors for balance.
All that blossomed will wither away and die. Not now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn.
To cozy up the bed, I layered in these Sherpa pillows I made last year by upcycling a thrifted blanket. Out of that blanket, I also made the DIY Pottery Barn inspired gingerbread man and woman pillows, which I will be sharing at Christmas. Such a fun touch to add for Christmas, but for fall, these Sherpa blankets work so well. Sherpa pillowcases work so well. And then I brought in a gingham pillow I made a few years ago, plus a natural lumbar pillow from HomeSense.
Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.
It's not overpacked with pillows, but still feels warm and inviting.
Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.
Finally, I draped a throw blanket across the bed. It honestly more for our dog Duke than for me, but it does add a cozy texture. And if you're wondering why it's just for Duke, it's because Frank sleeps in the basement, where it's nice and cold for him. I always struggle when I want to add a blanket to this bed because of the size of the bed. Even the king size blankets seem to be a little too short when they draped across. So I try to make it work as much as possible. As I'm decorating, if you're enjoying these cozy fall bedroom ideas, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. And if you love creating a warm seasonal home on a budget, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming fall decorating videos. On the fireplace, I styled some family photos. A few DIY vases with fall stems, a small pumpkin, and one of my favorite pieces, a piece of driftwood I picked up years ago at a cottage we used to visit every summer. It adds a touch of natural warmth to the space. Then I circled back to the tall dresser to finish things off. I added a simple wooden cross and a velvet pumpkin. Just small touches, but they really complete the look and make the room feel warm and welcoming for the fall season. Here is how everything looks together. With the overhead lights off and the fireplace on, it feels so cozy and perfect for fall evening. Thank you so much for decorating my bedroom with me for fall. I hope this video gave you some cozy budget-friendly fall decorating ideas for your own home. I love showing how you can create a high-end look for less by reusing what you already have and mixing in DIY projects. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next seasonal decorating video. And let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to make your bedroom feel cozy for fall. I love hearing your ideas. Let's begin outside on the front porch, one of my favorite places to decorate each season. For fall, I've layered pumpkins in soft muted colors, a mix of creams, terracottas, and greens to give the entry a warm and neutral feel. I love using affordable finds like the faux pumpkins from Dollarama that I painted to look high end and pairing them with classic lanterns for texture. A cozy doormat layered with a simple rug adds charm and makes the space feel extra inviting. And let's not forget about the mums that bring in so much color and also that natural feel. The porch is simple, cozy, and welcoming, the perfect first impression, and a hint of the warm tones carried through the rest of the home. Now let's head inside. The entryway had a few updates this season. One of my favorite things about the entryway is how you can see all the way through to the family room when you walk in. The space feels layered, cozy, and welcoming without feeling overcrowded. I will be working on a project for this art wall art, so make sure you come back when I share the silent home tour because I have a feeling that new piece of art will be up here. I did, however, swap out the oil painting I had here for vintage landscape frame art inspired by Hobby Lobby piece that we cannot get here in Canada. This new artwork immediately gives the space character and sets a seasonal tone. I kept the console table cozy and seasonal with some fall stems, pumpkin, and decorative accents, plus a lamp for soft lighting. And I cozied everything up with a basket, some pillows, and a blanket. The layering of textures along with the vintage inspired art gives the space a timeless fall feel, perfect for greeting guests and tying together the colors and warmth carried throughout the rest of the home. My big eucalyptus tree and the curtains from 2 page and the rugs stay here for most of the year. They're natural pieces that work for fall and beyond. In the living room, I kept most of the decor the same on the coffee table, but there are a few updates you'll notice. I swapped out the large vase on the mantel for a new DIY vase and added oak stems, both recent projects on my DIY channel. I also swapped the pumpkins for a ribbed glass candle with dark plum wax. Another DIY that adds warmth and seasonal color. I also layered pillows, throws, and textures throughout the space to keep feeling cozy and inviting, perfect for fall. If you want to see more of how I decorated the whole process, check out my full Decorate With Me playlist, link in the description box below. Moving into the dining room, I continued the warm tones from the entryway and living room. The table is styled simple to keep the space functional for daily use, but it still feels cozy with subtle fall accents. I love that this space is ready for family meals, yet also ties beautifully to the rest of the home with warm textures and layered seasonal decor. If you are enjoying this cozy fall home tour, make sure you hit that like button. It lets me know that you are enjoying these type of videos. And also, if you are not subscribed, I would love to have you be part of my YouTube family. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also go ahead and hit that notification bell so that way you get notified when new videos pop up. So you're always on top of things. And to make things fun and interesting down in the comments, I would love to know if you have started fall decorating or are you done or skipping it all together. And also let me know down below where you're watching from. I would love to know and see where everyone is from. Next is the family room, a true gathering spot. I forgot to turn my TV on with the wall art in it, so I am going to show that in just a minute. I use just a YouTube channel to create this wall art. I will leave a link down for it below. You can choose ones with frames, you can choose ones without frames, and I just love how it adds so much of that seasonal touch to your space and enhances that cozy vibe. I layered pillows, throws, pumpkins, and seasonal candles here, keeping it functional while still festive for fall. This is where we relax and spend time together so it feels casual, cozy, and inviting. In the kitchen, I keep decor seasonal without sacrificing functionality. I styled the island with a DIY candle to bring in that warmth and glow, especially in that wooden bowl. And then I also styled a tray with a vase, some beautiful fall stems, pumpkins to add a little bit of that cozy fall color, as well as some pears and a kitchen towel. I can easily remove this when I need the use of the whole island. Over here in the coffee area, I swapped out pieces for a few pieces, a pumpkin mug from Dollar Tree, a small pear framed art, and a terracotta pumpkin candle. And I also swapped out hydrangea stems I made over myself. I love bringing in a lot of warmth to my counters with functional decor pieces like cutting boards, utensils, and then adding a few decor pieces intertwined in between. And I always like to decorate this little nook beside the pantry, and I like to add seasonal and functional touches to this space. Finally, the master bedroom. Here I layered throws and pillows in warm autumn tones to create a cozy retreat. I decorated with items I already had, keeping it budget friendly yet seasonal. I wanted to show you how it looks both with the lamps and fireplace on and then with the lights um, on as well. Even though I don't buy new decor for this space often, layering textures and subtle seasonal touches makes it feel cozy and inviting for fall. Thank you so much for joining me on my Cozy Fall Home Tour 2025. I hope you found inspiration for your own seasonal decorating, whether it's layering cozy textures, creating DIY projects, or simply adding few subtle fall accents. If you enjoyed this tour, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to At Home with Sonia, and share it with a friend who loves cozy fall decor. Let me know in the comments which room inspired you the most, and I'll see you in the next one.